Dakota Highway Patrol has identified 2 of the 3 people killed in a head-on crash in Ransom County Tuesday night. The Highway Patrol says the crash happened along Highway 27, about 4 miles east of Lisbon, when 66-year-old Keith Williams of West Fargo crossed the center line, hitting a Chevy Express in the westbound lane, driven by 22-year-old Valerie Ciabato of Bogota, Colombia, and her 17-year-old passenger. Officials say the crash caused both vehicles to start on fire. Williams and the 2 girls were killed in the crash, but the crash still remains under investigation.